Ladies and gentlemen, good evening to all of you. Once again, you are welcome here on the Evidence Consciences platform. So, things are really starting to heat up in the United States of America and in Israel. Yes, because Iran's allies are actively preparing something. And for now, we are not fully understanding the situation. Indeed, the world is not truly comprehending. Yes, the statement made by the Russian representative at the United Nations at the UN on this, the 22nd of June 2025, is a very serious declaration. He announces that the United States of America has thus opened Pandora's box. Here is what he says. And he doesn't stop there in his statement. He touches on points that are extremely frightening, that make you think the worst might happen. Yes. And at precisely the same time, just immediately after the recent American strikes, the Iranian Minister of Foreign Affairs, a key diplomatic figure, traveled to Moscow. He arrived in Moscow just as we are currently speaking, with the specific intention of meeting with various Russian officials, including, most importantly, the president. Yes, so all of this says something. Iran is starting to reach out to its partners, its allies, and Israel is beginning to tremble. It's a panic. And meanwhile, we are being informed that during this night, Iran is preparing something, a few more waves, to direct towards Israel. I'm telling you, Israel is trembling. It's panic. Ladies and gentlemen, in this video conference, this is the news we are going to discuss. And as you know, we never get tired. I'm always here to give you the information, no matter how busy I am. So now it's your turn. Take a moment to do your part by sharing the video conference as much as possible and giving it lots of likes. Don't forget that when you interact a lot, when you leave lots of comments, it gives the video conference much more visibility. So let's get started. Let's dive deeper, ladies and gentlemen. The situation is becoming even more complicated. So, first and foremost, before we even consider coming back to the significant and rather impactful statement that was recently made by the esteemed Russian representative to the United Nations Security Council, it is absolutely crucial that we take a moment to mention and comprehensively share the vital and timely information that a highly respected Minister of Foreign Affairs, Abbas Araghchi, has indeed arrived in the bustling and historically significant city of Moscow. He is in Moscow. The Iranian Minister of Foreign Affairs. Why did he go there? Obviously, the main purpose of this visit, as reported by the IRNA press, is to meet with President Vladimir Putin and other Russian officials regarding the American strikes that targeted Iran. He will be holding talks with Vladimir Putin. They are strategic partners. Of course, Russia has said that it does not want to participate directly in the conflict. But there is a problem. If Russia just sits back and watches America do this to Iran, Russia would be betraying the pact that exists, not a pact, but a strategic partnership that exists between Iran and Russia. That's one thing. And if America finishes with Iran, America will start with Taiwan to weaken China. After Taiwan, it will be Russia's turn. That's clear and straightforward. Because America is on an extremely belligerent path. So, given Russia's recent positions in the past few days, it was hard to understand, hard to believe that Russia would be very interested in this strike. But when we see that the foreign minister traveled to Moscow, we wonder, did he go at Vladimir Putin's invitation? In any case, something happened. Russia has been very upset since this strike because Russia had issued warnings. Russia had warned the United States of America, but the Americans didn't understand. Donald Trump deceived everyone. He deceived everyone. Yes. So let's go deeper into this. So these important meetings specifically aim to effectively coordinate diplomatic positions among various nations, actively seek robust international support from key global players, and diligently explore all possible and constructive ways for Iran to genuinely gain respect and recognition. Russia, which maintains relations with Iran, will have to play a very significant role. According to official information, the context of the American strikes is the reason for this gentleman's trip, the foreign minister's trip. So just imagine, when it's like this, it's complicated. He travels, he makes the trip just for that, to meet with Putin, then to meet with other officials. So Russia is likely planning to provide Iran with everything Iran needs. If Russia doesn't want to participate directly, in the same way that Iran did not participate directly in the conflict in Ukraine, if Russia doesn't want to participate directly, it can still provide Iran with everything Iran needs, just as Iran did for Russia by delivering Shahid drones and everything that followed. So this trip is causing a lot of panic. And as if all that weren't enough, at the UN, Nebenzia, who is Russia's representative to the United Nations, made the following statement. Read this. The United States has opened Pandora's box with the strike against Iran, and the possible consequences remain uncertain. Do you know what Pandora's box is? Pandora's box is the box that contains all the misfortunes of the world. Yes. Finally, he said this. Nibensia made this statement during a UN Security Council meeting dedicated to the situation in the Middle East. He went on to say, in order to maintain their hegemony in the world, the United States of America is ready to violate international law in any way. This is what the permanent representative of Russia to the United Nations emphasized. He says, no one authorized the United States to take such an action. No one. So, who does America think it is? The United States sits down and makes decisions as if they are the ones who rule over the world. If it were the UN that had authorized the United States because they are institutions responsible for overseeing nuclear non-proliferation, it's not up to America to make the decision just because it feels strong and powerful. That is the law of the jungle. We are in 2025, in the 21st century. But what people used to do before, in the 2nd century, the 10th century, they are doing the same thing now. And it is happening right before our eyes. But some people are applauding them. That's how it happened in the time of our ancestors. Yes. There were also people over there who were applauding, people who were drinking a bit around there. Yes, over here. So this is what is happening. No one has given the United States of America a mandate. So Russia says they have opened Pandora's box. They will have to face the consequences. And so, ladies and gentlemen, here is today's headline. Thank you for sharing it as much as possible. I'll be back with more news for you shortly. This was the voice of your one and only samurai.